Hey everybody, we are here. We have made it. Happy Wednesday to everybody. It's episode 50, Prep Talk Live. I'm Casey with Cascadia Dispatch. Joining me, as always, hopefully it will continue to hold on. It was touch and go a few minutes ago, but I think we're in a good shape.
Yep.
Is Tup the Urban Prepper? Tup, what is going on? How are you? How is your week?
Good to see. Week's been flying by, doing work stuff and everything, but all in all, it's going okay. I know that my microphone still is having problems this week, so it's time to order a new microphone. So.
I was telling him just as we were getting on.
And it seems like I'm a little laggy too.
It's a little Max Headroomy. I'm not gonna lie, but it's very nostalgic. It takes us back to those MTV days. I was telling Tup, I was like, how is it
kind of 80s live stream?
Yeah, how do you have 19 chainsaws and no working microphone? Like, I don't understand what's happening.
I don't know.
But all right, well,
I used the blue snowball, and for whoever. Am I still here? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta cut out for a second. Oh, jeez.
Tup has turned into his own guest star. That is what has happened. It's like he's like a reoccurring character. He just kind of we're watching The Flash
as a live stream.
It's our family show, and there's a character that kind of always comes back every season a little different. I feel like this is going to be tough, but during this specific episode of the podcast, it's just going to be like just pop in, pop out. Yes, yeah. Tup is in his own world. It's a happy world.
I don't know what's going on. I heard like maybe 10% of what you said there. So.
All right, maybe can we call the Doom Zoom crew, and like if they have sound engineers, like can we rent one of them or something?
They should have someone on staff. I could see if where's my.
Is there an emergency Doom pager, kind of like a bat phone?
There's a Doom Zoom pager.
Okay, all right, I like that. That sounds good. Yeah. Actually, he sounded a little bit better. I don't know. I don't know. It sounds muffled. You know what? He'll get there. He'll get there. We're glad that he's here.
I'm learning this whole YouTube thing. It's
yeah, exactly. One of these decades, sir, you will figure this out. And I bet when that happens, people will want to hear what you have to say.
That's funny.
Oh, all right. Well, we've got all of the usual suspects in here. Pigs Fly is here. Chuck's here. Pony Girl is here. Kraken's here. We got all kinds of people. I've also started watching on TikTok the do you ever see the Peloton TikToks where people try to put inappropriate hashtags and screen names in, so as they like get achievements, the like instructors who are like cheering them on will see somebody on the leaderboard and not like understand what's happening?
I have no idea what
they're
on the bike.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Yeah, they're on the stationary bike, but it's like a virtual class. So like there's somebody pedaling like in New York, and then there's all these people that have joined in virtually on their own machines in their own houses, and it gives like a leaderboard. And so then people change their names apparently to all of these non PG-13 appropriate hashtags. So I have become much more aware in the comments and things of like trying to make sure that I don't accidentally say something. Because that just seems very on brand for us.
Yeah, we keep it clean over here. So
we try. We do what we can. So this week
I know that. That's all I know about it.
This is going to be the greatest episode ever. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the thumbs up and the like button on this one, because we could really use the boost. Also, if you are an audio podcast person, I have been uploading every day new episodes, trying to get through all of our kind of archive vaulted episodes. So if you are a podcast person, whether you want to listen to the podcast episode, like if you watch the stream, but if you have a podcasting app, if you wouldn't mind going on and putting on a 5-star review, it would definitely be appreciated as we try to kind of get into the podcast space a little bit and actually make this from a stream to a stream and a podcast sort of an idea. So that's where we're going. We'd appreciate the 5-star review from all of our loyal fans. Yeah, Tup's mic might be a Pringles can. He may have made up his own. I don't know. I think he's fashioning a microphone out of like duct tape. And
what is going on? It's hard because I can't, like, the audio is really bad too, so I don't know if my internet connection is just totally jacked up right now or not. But
it is, anything is possible. What I feel like is we had that one episode. I think it was 2 episodes ago. It was like the greatest episode ever.
Yeah, we did really good. And then
the topics were good. The tech worked. Everything was fine. And I feel like
reality came back.
Yeah, we blew all of our good tech karma on that one episode, I think is what happened.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Well, yeah, so can you...
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, it's just not... It sounds like a Pringles can. It's not as good, but it's technically there. Okay.
Yeah, and you know what?
I wonder if it's just
Pringles.
I wonder if it's just a bad cable. Maybe.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, you know what? It's good enough. I can bump your volume up if you get a little low, and we'll go from there. So yeah, other than microphone shopping, what are you up to?
Well, I've been filming EDC video and getting the script for all that, doing some editing, and so doing that for the main channel, and then also I'm working on filming my my junk drawer update because my junk drawer is gone. It's gone off the rails, and it's not my fault. I think we talked about this before, where my wife and family they're not following my PDFs.
Yeah,
it's becoming a problem. So
yeah, I think they said F your PDFs.
Yeah, they said F your PDF, and so that's so. But I am actively filming that one for an update, and I'm also working on my April Fool's video as well. So working on a few different videos on the side. So.
The TUP Scrum board is very busy, very full.
Yeah, it's back. It's over there. So
that is fantastic. I'm trying to think what I did this week.
Yeah, what did you do?
Like,
how's the bunker?
We were busy. The bunker is good. I still need to do like an actual tour of the bunker. I need to get that video put together at some point. I got a little couch for the bunker. So that was kind of a hilarious thing. So I have now like my own little couch. So when I get too preppy or my wife just wants, some space, like I can just be out here and I never have to go inside. I think is
when I get too preppy.
Yeah, when I get too preppy, it just becomes a thing.
I'm trying to find a different cable, but that's.
Tup's gonna start doing like attach a tin can and a string to his computer. That's I think where we're almost at.
Well, this blue snowball, like it has the old school USB. Like it's not even a micro. It's not a USB-C. It's the whatever the old school 2013 USB. So
2000, the original USB.
Yeah, because I have a box here with cables specifically for this moment, ready to go, and of course it's not there. So that's the problem with prepping is that you're never fully prepared.
So speaking of so you're not prepared for the cable thing. So our topic tonight is going to be pets and pet preps and everything else. So I was like, we have a little go bag for the cat. I'll go and get it out of the garage and bring it in and I'll have something to show. I thought I had a go bag for the cat. I can't find it.
Yeah.
I found the cat's carrier, but none of the things that are supposed to be in the carrier are there. So I don't know where I put them, but that's going to be my weekend project, is trying to find all of the missing pet preps that I was supposed to show on an episode of our stream. But hey, did anyone really expect anything else?
Yeah, we might need to revisit it because my wife has been doing different vet trips and stuff for the dogs, and dog teeth cleaning is so expensive. But that's sorry, had to vent there.
Yeah, well, dogs. There's a whole process with dogs and grooming and stuff.
Well, we have this one dog that we had our long-term family dog passed away last year, very peacefully. It was the time, and so then we have another dog. They're little Italian greyhounds, and so then we got a substitute, or we had to get it a friend, and so we have this older dog that we've adopted, and the dog hates me. It loves every single person. It loves you. It loves my family. It loves visitors, strangers. But for whatever reason, it absolutely hates me. And so, uh, I'm having to put this together, this dog bug out bag for a dog that doesn't even like me. And for me, I think that if SHTF is happening, that dog, I don't, I have
I
no
feel
loyalty to it.
yeah, I feel like according to like full spectrum survival, like that dog becomes a protein source.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it either needs to get on board, it needs to get on the top train, or it's protein.
He needs to be a top pup or he's out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's so crazy, and everyone's like, "Oh, maybe it's the hat," and then other people wear the hat that's not afraid of it. Maybe it's because you're tall, and other tall people come. It's a me thing. So I don't know if like I have a doppelganger that used to be bad to this dog, and that's why the dog hates me. But anyway, it's a kind of a touchy subject. But our dog bug out thing is probably MIA too. I bet in the garage. So I'd have to talk to my wife.
What I've realized is that we plan these episodes out really well. That we come up with the ideas a week in advance,
and then we try to check it out
on our show that's supposed to be no prepping involved. And we show up completely unprepared, which is fine if we don't have to show anything. And then
I'd rather like have us. Oh, our dog bug out things are not where we thought they were. Like we get that out now, so then when the emergency happens, we're good. So.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Pony Girl. Yeah.
It says the dog like rip. Yeah, I'm going to take the dog to the train station.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and so it killed me because this dog now wants to have its teeth, or my wife wants to get its teeth cleaned, and it's like $600. I'm like, this dog doesn't even like me. Why am I dropping 600 bones on this dog's teeth?
Yeah. So I feel for dog people. We have a cat. When we got our cat, there are a lot of family allergies and things like that, and so there was a lot of concern about finding a breed of cat that would be somewhat hypoallergenic, and they do exist. It's not perfect, but they do exist. They are expensive, and so we found one, got it as a kitten. She was a wonderful cat with all the kids and everything else. She shuffled the mortal coil a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, during the pandemic. She was one of our pandemic casualties. And so then we got on the waiting list, and the cats now, the price of these cats has gone up 7x since we bought them originally. So you're worried about
inflation is affecting the cat market now.
Exactly. Like you're talking about eggs being expensive. Holy crap.
We can't win.
Yeah. So we have our new cat, Professor Winston Mouskowitz, who is also pictured on the thumbnail. He's very astute. But like just the amount that we had to spend for the cat, very low maintenance now. Like we get him some kibble and a couple of snacks and he's totally fine. It was more of the upfront investment in the cat as opposed to like everyone we know with dogs. It's like, oh yeah, I paid $25 for the dog, but to like feed it and groom it and everything is like $1,000 a year or something. And I'm like, holy crazy. Cow.
Well, then it kind of affects some of your emergency planning on also like, does this person warrant surviving the apocalypse or this dog or cat? I was just talking with Roman from Mira Safety last week, and he was talking to me. Oh, you have small dogs. We have this new CBRN dog carrier, so it protects it from biohazards and nuclear waste and all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to probably be taking a look at it, but this one dog, I think if it doesn't like me, it's not going in the CBRN carrier.
Yeah, no,
it's going to be a radioactive dog.
No, that's actually, I have to do, Mira sent me a thing I have to do. Like, I'm way behind in like the things that people sent me to like review. And so I have to do the Mira one. But one of the reasons that I actually liked Mira was because they had so many different versions of those sorts of masks and respirators that I've seen a lot of other companies and they're just like for adults specifically. And the fact that they had the kids ones and the baby one that's like a bassinet sort of a thing. And then they have like the animal,
it's the Moses pass.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was like, okay, that's super cool. Yeah, I didn't get one because, like, again, like we've invested so much. Like on the one hand, we've invested so much in this cat, I would almost want to keep it alive. And on the other hand, it's like, how many more do we have to spend on this cat? So
Yeah.
now that I've mentioned that there is a cat respirator thing, I'm sure that when I go inside, my wife will tell me that I'm supposed to order that.
Yeah, I at one point I was taking a look at there's like a kid's respirator that's kind of looks like a under
Like a fishbowl.
yeah, deep fish, yeah, a
Yep.
deep sea diver one. And my daughter was just, I was trying to film all this B-roll footage, and she's just bawling the whole time because she doesn't want to be in this thing. And I'm like, I can't make the video like with my kid crying the whole time. So I told Roman, hey, I got to send that back. I can't. It's I can't lie to the audience.
Yeah, exactly. I have to order. I told them that I would order because they make the kids ones, but they make them in a couple different sizes.
Yeah.
And so I had to figure out like what size, like if they would actually fit in the adult one, if it was like slim down, or if we needed to order the kids ones. So
yeah, but as far as like for a dog go bag type thing, it's or a cat one as well. I think there's a lot of good options nowadays compared to what it was like even 15 years ago. With they have like with our cats, they eat like the individually. It's kind of like spam containers or like you know what I'm talking about, the little sleeves that you
Yep.
open up and then that's their food, and you could have like that's their day for each one. So it's, and I think it's a little lighter than doing the dried food because that's it's heavy. So
Well, and it's I think it's the dry food is bulkier, I think,
yeah,
compared
it's bulkier.
to wet food. And I think especially like for some of the wet food, or dry food, depending on what you do, if you get in the individual sealed packages, those tend to have longer expiration dates than the dry food, especially if you're getting like any size bag that you may or may not use right away. Like that's not going to fit in a backpack very well.
Yeah.
So it could go bad really easily.
And if you had a big Rottweiler, it'd be really tough, like to have enough food for a couple weeks. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to have a bug out bag filled with dog food, like
exactly.
Dog food.
Look, kids, we really like to start a fire, but Spike over there needs his chow, so
Yeah.
I've got one bag. Yeah, I think that the food thing is tricky. I think also for dogs, it seems to be a little bit easier as far as like, okay, you can put them on a leash.
Yeah,
You don't necessarily need a carrier. They will do their business, pretty much wherever they can find a spot. Like you don't have to worry about that. With cats, what I don't know is like if you have an indoor cat. So ours is a very indoor cat.
Yep.
Very used to a litter box.
Yep.
I'm not sure if we took it outside and like if it would know to go like use the bathroom outside, or if we would need like litter to put down on the ground to kind of coax it into doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, the cats are tricky for that because my cats would bolt if they're indoor cats. They've never been outside.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be in the apocalypse. They'll probably be the first ones to go because they're just going to take off and some zombie raccoon will get them or something. But yeah, I think I'm wondering in our bug out bag for animals if I need to have like one of those do they make those like collapsible kind of that could serve as a cat box, but maybe it's used as like a Tupperware type thing?
Yeah. So we have one of those, and then we also have the like bowls, the collapsible silicone.
Yeah, that's what
like,
we have. We have the bowls.
Food. Yeah, which I think is really great. And then we have, depending on if we're bugging in or bugging out, we have a couple different carriers. So we have like a hard shell carrier, so that if we needed to like put it in the car and put a bunch of stuff around it, we could actually like put it in the car and pile stuff, and it wouldn't squish the cat, as opposed to if we did like a soft carrier, if we're just traveling, in the city or something, or going somewhere for a visit or whatever, we'll use like the soft carrier. But if let's say we're bugging in, but we can't be in the house, I actually got one of those pop-up, they're like little exercise, they're like octagon things, and little like pop-up play yards.
That's a good idea.
I think, and so it works for like, I think they're meant for dogs, but I was like, would work for a cat, would work for a kid, like whatever. But that way we could put the cat in there with a litter box and some food, and it would have the ability to kind of walk around and do all that sort of stuff. but
Would it
it
just
couldn't.
jump it or?
No, it's got a zippered lid,
Oh,
so
okay, cool.
so you can open it up and they can be out, or you can zipper the lid, and that would give them some autonomy, but also keep them relatively confined. And especially if we're doing tents outside and all that kind of stuff, and there's going to be multiple people, it gives the ability to kind of let them have their own space, but also keep them contained and safe.
Yeah, I'd like to see a link to which one you're using. I think that's a good idea because I think the cats are a liability. Like dogs are a little bit
Yes.
more loyal. Cats it's hard to herd cats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially
We also have.
yeah, and it add a whole extra level of stress. It's already going to be stressful.
Oh yeah. Well, and we've been harness training him since we got him. We did with the other cat too. She like just kind of hung out. She was a little bit more low key. He's a little bit more excitable. But with a harness on him, now he doesn't have an issue with it, and so we can attach a leash to it real fast. And then if we needed to, if he wanted to go for a walk or something, we can kind of control him that way and that sort of thing. So that's kind of like a training prep to try to like get your animals used to maybe an environment that they're not used to. We don't want him to just be so excited about being outside that he tries to bolt out the front door every time there's that opportunity. So we do a lot of like backyard on our deck and things like that. So he's used to being outside, but not necessarily like free ranging it.
Yeah. I'm wondering if like I know a lot of like when cats have like surgeries or stuff and they have the little cones on their heads. I wonder if you should just have a cone in your bag, because then they're not going to want to go traveling as much as they do. They're going to be pretty miserable, probably staying close to you.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and Chuck was like, yeah, some do well on a leash, others not so much. I think the other thing too is with dogs, you get kind of a security component with them.
Yeah,
that you don't necessarily get with a cat.
Okay, in the apocalypse, the dogs provide value. There's they're guard dogs. Our dogs will start barking. They kind of like you. I think they get sad when you leave. Cats can care less. At least with me, our cats, we have two. Guard the dogs could sniff out certain things. They could probably even sniff out food sources and all sorts of stuff. But cats are just kind of like they do their own thing.
So. Yeah. The harness and the stroller for the cats.
Oh, there we go.
See, now that's adding value because now you can put other things on the stroller.
Yes.
Along with the cat.
Who said that? It's Cat Rose.
Cat Rose is the cat expert. It seems to make sense. We looked into actually when our kids were younger and we had the stroller. One of the reasons we hold on to it for so long was because I was thinking if we ever needed it, we could turn it like into a shopping cart sort of a situation and use that.
We've done the same thing, and the cool thing about the stroller is like if you get like the Bob stroller, is what it's called.
Yeah.
That's the one we kept ours too for that same reason, because when you see it like the homeless population, oftentimes they have grocery carts and they have a lot of stuff with them and it's not on their back. And the Canadian Prepper I forget what that thing was called, this Moonwalker or something like that. Do you remember that? It was like
I don't remember that. I remember his electric bicycle one. I was like, really? Really?
It's like a harness, and then you have this big, humongous, person-sized backpack that's on wheels and it follows you, so you could be running. And it's like having a grocery cart behind you as a trailer. It's like called the Moonwalker. Someone can probably look it up, but I think that was way too expensive. But I think the Bob stroller, that's the way to go for it.
Yeah, the Bob stroller.
And it's all terrain too. It has huge tires.
It does, yeah, and it collapses down super easy, so it's easy to like throw in a car or whatever. We had the double Bob for a while with the two kids. That becomes problematic because it's just so wide and it takes up a lot of space. I don't remember. I think we switched to a single Bob at one point. Now we have, I think, just one of the like the little collapsible umbrella strollers.
Yep.
Just because the kids are old enough now that they could carry stuff, and we went and got one of those collapsible wagons. And so it's kind of similar to the Bob idea, but more designed for heavier weights, It also has kind of all-terrainy wheels. And then, we could use it that way.
Maybe like in the apocalypse, like it'll be like the Iditarod in Alaska, where you have your dogs and cats pulling you on some kind of sled
Exactly.
on your Bob stroller, and they're pulling you along.
That would be fantastic. The Iditarod with cats. In downtown. Yeah, exactly. In an urban environment where cats are king and there are rats, like we could do like a whole like thing with that. I think that would be really good.
Yeah,
I
I wonder if they make something more like a grocery cart, but it's collapsible and has larger tires that could go off roading. I wonder if they make something like the Bob stroller, but even larger capacity that's not meant for kids. I think that would be a good
that would be interesting.
A bug out option, I think.
So I know that Bob had an attachment because I looked at getting at this at one point, and then we opted to get rid of the stroller altogether. But they actually make an attachment that goes on the front of the Bob that literally turns it into a shopping cart.
Oh, nice.
And it was designed for like putting basketballs and stuff. So it was like for gym equipment and stuff, or at least that's what the little things online showed. But you could totally put backpacks and all kinds of stuff into it.
Yeah, I think. I'm liking where we're going with this. Even though we are prepared, we weren't as prepared for this one. But I think we're getting the minds turning, and I see a lot of great comments in the comments section.
Exactly, and this is why we have a show, because we have no planning. It's just raw talent. It's just personality.
We're kind of naturals at this.
Exactly. We're
the
kind
ideas
of a
are
big
flowing.
deal.
We provide content that other people, if they want to, they can just watch our live stream and make a series of YouTube videos. And
yeah, exactly. Radio Flyers would do that in the 60s. Wagon could also carry small children if they were tired.
A wagon. That's a good idea.
That's what I said.
Well, I didn't see it as a wagon when you said that. Sorry. I was still thinking like more from a kid's perspective, but now I'm thinking like farm type wagon. Sorry, I was
So the wagon that we got is it is like nylon, but metal, and it collapses.
And you push it.
Yeah, so you can store it.
I have a wagon that you pull.
Yeah, and then like you can open it up and then you pull it.
Yeah.
So it's like I
have that too. Okay.
Regular, but it collapses.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
sorry.
So many preps you forgot even what you had.
Yeah, we're kind of prep rich. Prep Talk Live is a little prep rich. So.
It's just raining preps. It's just so many preps.
I was thinking like a push wagon, like a farm style, I guess. But
all right. I'm like a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, that's what it is. I don't use too many big words.
Thing that you hold and you like use it in your yard. Like,
Casey, don't use big words on me. I'm just a prepper. Preppers don't have big words. Yeah, like a wheelbarrow. Yeah.
This is absolutely going to be a TikTok. That's fantastic. Okay. So that would be a great thing.
Wheelbarrow.
Yeah, exactly. Wheelbarrow would be super helpful.
That's why I'm the urban prepper. I don't know about these rural
farm implements.
I don't know about this.
Yeah, exactly. But tell us about your garden. Tell us about your garden and your snails. Yeah, that's what we need to know. Oh my goodness.
Top is obfuscated. Yeah. I was thrown off by the technical difficulties, and then I got some work pressure, family pressure, and I don't remember anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's
a rough night. It's a rough night. But...
Yeah, grocery cart with all-terrain tires.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, that's what we need.
Yes. So I think
you can even really trip it out, like, because it would be great for like Molly webbing if you really wanted to go full tactical.
100%. I also wonder, because we've talked about bicycles in the past and things. I've seen a lot of trikes now, and things, and then like bikes with trailers. Because like we had a trailer for our bikes when we had kids that were little and couldn't bike. And that was another thing that I was like, oh, we should hold on to this, because if we ever needed to leave, you could like attach the little trailer to the bike. But I wonder if you could like lash a shopping cart somehow to a bike.
Well, I know that they have trailers for bikes for the kids, and I don't know shopping cart style, but yeah, they make it for kids, but do they make it for storage? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's but if you had a all-terrain shopping cart, you could
Yeah.
and if you want to go full on tactical, you could mount weapons on it and all sorts of stuff. You could have it solar powered, like with the Tesla
Look, everyone,
batteries.
we've really enjoyed, as Pigsfly said, we're prep rich, and we enjoyed that
Yeah.
with the dozens of cents that we made while we were monetized before Tup decided to turn
I gotta see
a shopping cart into a military attachment.
Yeah, you could have some ballistic shielding on it, and
Yeah.
well, like when you again looking back at like Yellowstone on 1883, they had their wagons, and then they tipped them over, and then they used them as shielding. Maybe the all-terrain shopping cart could be used in a similar way.
I think it's a fantastic idea.
I think
that. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're getting. You know what? This is going to be a short episode, but it's punchy. It's got lots of excitement. You never know what's going to happen.
I think the next couple weeks, I don't think I have piano lessons with the kids, and so I won't have to be rushing out. So,
all right, okay, we can.
I like where I don't know how we got to here, but
no one ever knows. That's
the
joy and the mystery of our show.
And then we went to all-terrain shopping carts with ballistic shielding and.
How do you know you're listening to a prep show?
Like an e-bike, but an well, what you call it? Wheelbarrow.
Yeah, exactly. Cargo bikes and trikes are a thing. Yeah, so we need to. I know they have them in like Amsterdam. They have ones that have like little buckets on the front. They're not like the little baskets or whatever. They're like actual buckets, and then there's a wheel.
I'm about to get swatted.
All right. Well, all right. So we got to figure out what we're going to talk about next week.
I'm going to have my microphone fixed.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be Tup's, audio.
And I'll be able to go for like an hour, I think, next week.
All right. Well, you do some working up. You get some electrolytes. Yeah. Prepare for the stamina of a full hour.
Okay.
And we'll go from.
I can do it. I'll be better.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us tonight in what can only be described as an energetic show that we had. Very exciting. If you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're listening to it on a podcast, or if you have any podcast that you like, please go ahead and find us over there and hit the 5-star review. We would appreciate it. We'll be back next week. Okay. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I want to continue this.
Yeah, well, it'll be a continuation of this one. Part 2, preps and the shopping carts that we put them in.
Part deuce.
Yeah, exactly. There's our poop joke. There we go. Complete show. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next week. Bye.